Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925, but we are still married to the games. Episode 187 on the Undercover Cop.
I was hoping you'd do that. Yeah, nice. And you don't stop.
It's your boy, Gabe Patillo, with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. And speaking of games, tonight, if I seem distracted, I'm sorry. History is being made tonight. Golden State. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm from the Bay Area. Golden State's playing for their 73rd win.
Ooh.
And Kobe Bryant
honored,
which I lived in Glendale for a little while, is playing his last game of his life for his 20-year career. That's a long time.
Wow, that's crazy.
This is the first time ever that I've got ESPN on my...
So if we don't hear Gabe for a little while, he's like, wait, shh, wait, I gotta hear this.
If you ask me a question, I'm like, what? Huh? What?
I'm sorry.
I'm watching Golden State. Yeah,
you just hear it.
So I'm sorry.
In the middle of everything.
Exactly. If I go, dang, that boy is bad. I'm talking about Steph Curry. And he just did something else ridiculous.
Man. 73rd win. Man, those boys are crushing the NBA right now.
I mean, it's never happened before, ever.
I mean, this is better than the Bulls right now, isn't it?
This will be one game better. They're tied with the Bulls right now at 72-9.
Woo.
And if they win this game, they'll have completed regular season at 73-9, which is insanity.
Just hand them the trophy. Seriously,
they still got a lot of work to do.
There's no playoffs, no nothing. Just hand it to them. Like, here you go, Steph. It's all you, bud.
Exactly. Chris McCracken.
Yes, sir.
What's going down, brethren?
Man, work this week is crazy.
Yeah, you got to get up early, right?
Yeah, I've been having to get up early yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're doing a shoot on location, and they're always really fun. I like shooting on location, but it means early mornings of loading the gear, taking the gear to the location, early getting there because you got to set up to the new spot where you're going to be shooting, and then you got to wait for talent and blah, 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 blah. So there's that going on. And then on Friday, we have another little kind of special project we're going to be working on. I can't really talk about it because I think it's going to be released publicly after in a little while. But
excuse us.
Yeah, I know.
Han Solo's in it.
It's not that big of a deal.
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, I feel bad for even wondering now. Do you shoot more like stills, or do you shoot, is it video?
All video. The only still stuff that I do for our company is all like culture related. Like if we have a party, well, me and my partner, we're responsible for taking photos, kind of documenting this event that we had. But that's the only, on the photo side, that's all I do. We have other people that we hire to do like web photography and catalogs and all that stuff. I don't handle that part.
Wow.
So, gotcha.
I hear they're looking for a black hand model, though, in this next video.
I know somebody.
Yeah. Trust me, I've already gone to all the art directors. I was like, hey, just so you know, you need a black hand model. I got you covered.
Tell him I'm cheap.
You need pictures? I'll get you some pictures.
I lotion often.
This guy can palm a 10-gallon tub.
Exactly. I got big hands.
I can see Gabe with like these like white gloves on when he goes to bed. Jenny, don't touch me. I've got a gig tomorrow. He's he's using the controller with white gloves, and he's all. Oh, it's amazing.
Gabe Inside Costanza. Those white gloves, they're just lined with lotion, just so it's nice and moist.
Exactly.
Lotion, linen, and silk.
Yes.
And sheep wool,
sheep and the laughter of a baby.
And baby tears.
And all of that inside a glass tube that's cryogenically sealed.
Exactly. But just for my hands.
That's right.
Of course.
My whole body's not in the... Yeah, it's not like the what's his name? Who's the swimmer that's got the commercial for the Olympics right now?
Michael Phelps.
Michael
Phelps. And they show him in a hyperbolic chamber or whatever. It's like that just for the hands.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting crazy here.
All that to say...
This is life.
Give me a call.
Yes. Absolutely, that will happen.
Call me. That's awesome.
What else is going on?
So as far as the week, I'm going to back it up and get to the weekend. On Friday, Stacy went and met with a good friend of hers and had dinner. So that meant I was just at home, chilling, maxing, relaxing. So what else am I going to do except watch video game Let's Plays on YouTube on my TV in the living room?
Nice.
Exactly.
Just me and the dog sitting there watching some YouTube. I watched Ed playing Quantum Break. I flipped around and watched all kinds of different things. I watched a lot of... Actually, what else did I watch? I watched a bunch of different things about Star Wars Battlefront because I still haven't bought the DLC and I'm thinking I want to do it. So I was checking that stuff out. Just had a good old time that Stacey would not have enjoyed at all.
That's
and
awesome.
I feel like too, now that people are completing, like more and more people are completing Quantum Break, it feels like the tide is shifting a little bit. Does anybody else feel that?
Definitely.
I feel like a lot more people are like, this game's awesome. I'm like, wait a second.
As long as you're not on a PC.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little bit nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So then Saturday...
Ed, fill people in on what's going on PC for those that don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of an MTTG oops on my part, because last week, Gabe, you said, people said it's broke. And I was like, well, no, I saw that article. It's not broke. No, it's broke for the PC.
Oh, wow.
And it's mostly, a lot of it has to do with like render time. I have been getting a kick out of the people complaining about the film grain look, and the Quantum Break people are like, well, no, we put that on to give it a film effect.
They probably shouldn't be playing this game then if that's what's bothering them.
So Quantum Break has pulled a Batman?
Yeah, I don't know if the port is quite as bad as Batman, but it looks like it's going to be on its way to getting fixed pretty soon.
Man, what is going on? I don't get that.
Yeah.
PC,
man. PC should be on point.
It must be tougher than we think to port that junk over.
I guess.
You would think if it's your thing,
right,
that you'd be able to do it, but maybe not.
They made a big deal about it. Like, it's also coming to PC. Oh, man. What's wrong?
Right. It's like you have this powerful machine that is far surpasses any Xbox One or PS4, yet you have a better gameplay on the crappier versions of on the crappier hardware. How does that work?
They didn't install the right drivers.
I guess not.
No, man. We see kickers miss field goals all the time, so I guess if you still just got one job, it's a hard one.
They said it's also coming to PC, and the people in charge of porting it were like, what?
And they're like, crap.
I thought they were joking about that. I thought that was a oops.
This is due tomorrow.
Are they being serious? I thought it was the Xbox One exclusive.
How hard can it be? God. You just say right click, save as, PC copy. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
That's right.
Jeez.
Unbelievable. Well, that's awesome, man. So you were YouTubing on Friday.
Yep. On Saturday, I went and played some more Top Golf with some more friends.
Sweet.
Oh, so
very
fun.
Nice.
It was awesome. On Sunday, we had kind of a quasi little company picnic, not company wide, but just a subsection of our work.
Just the people together. You like?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was the people that like Stacey, and I was just invited because I'm married to her.
You're married. They're like, hey, don't tell Myrtle that we're getting together to have this picnic today.
If you invite Myrtle, we're not inviting you again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
So that was awesome, though. That was a really good time. And then last night, I actually got to be a guest on the Gaming Outsider podcast.
That's right. How'd it go?
Yeah, Scott Clark kind of reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, would you mind guesting on our podcast? And I said, absolutely. Let's DM me. Let's figure this out. And it all worked out.
You mean absolutely
it was an awesome time.
Absolutely not. You don't mind.
Yeah.
He said, do you mind co-hosting on this? Yes, I do.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm a one podcast kind of guy.
How was it? Did it go great?
Yeah, it went really well. The episode went live today. I didn't get to hear it because I was shooting all day, but I had people saying, hey, good job on the show. And then I got to listen to it on the way home, and it was a really good show. I had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It's fun being on other people's shows.
Yeah.
You feel like, do you kind of feel like, I always feel like, that was fun and I don't have to do anything now. Like I just get to be on the show and leave. Like I don't have to edit anything. I don't have to post any pictures.
I know, right? Because I know how that, oh, wait. I've never been on anybody else's show.
Somebody called Tim.
And I'm OG on this podcast, and I don't get asked, what's up with that? Am I not funny enough for anybody?
Oh,
do people not like me? Is that the deal? Yeah. Is it because I'm old? It's because I'm old, right?
It's because you're congested.
That's because I'm congested. Even worse. Hey, I got that fixed, man. I paid money to get that fixed just for you guys, and I still don't get asked. Come on.
And Nasonex was just that close to calling him too.
He'd like you to be a spokesperson on Nasonex commercials.
Oh, that's all good, man. All to the good. I'm so glad, man. Scott's awesome. So that's really cool. I'm gonna have to go listen to it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. As far as gaming goes, just still pounding the pavement on Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, buddy, get that 100%.
Working on it. Now, I did get 2 new games that came out yesterday, Ratchet and Clank, which I have on my machine, and also Stories, The Path of Destinies, but
nice.
I'm probably not even going to get to crack into either one of them until sometime on Saturday. I'm hoping. So those will be coming soon to the Married to the Games YouTube channel, but
awesome.
I just haven't been able to crack into them yet. They're sitting there just staring at me saying, play me. Like, I can't.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stupid work.
That's all right.
Stupid job.
It happens.
Gosh, why do you give me money to do things?
Dang it, Income. Why do you do this to me?
Router.
Sir.
What's going down with you, Doc?
Oh, man, same old. No poop in the bathtub this weekend. So,
nice.
hey, bonus.
There we go.
Bonus for me. Yeah, awesome. It's been good. It's like this month we're not going anywhere. We're kind of chill. So there's no places to go, and it's really nice to kind of sit in a routine. And this past week, what do we do? Just work, and over the weekend I went to this great trampoline place called Above All.
Nice.
With Piper, not just myself. I mean, I could go by myself, but I took the kid with me, and we just had so much fun. That place is amazing. Like, it's probably the best trampoline place around here. We used to go to this other place, and I couldn't jump with her. Like, they apparently the tension on the springs wasn't made for adults in this particular section. But in this place, you basically walk in, you get a wristband, you have an hour, and the sky's the limit. They have
awesome.
They have like trampolines that you can jump into, like a foam area, so you can practice flips.
Way.
They have like what else? They have an entire like American Ninja Warrior set up in the back where you can and everything's like foam underneath, so if you fall, it's totally fine. It's not a big deal.
This?
Dude, it is behind it's back near Best Buy on the you know where that's...
Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, we have to go. We got to take the girls. It is so much fun. And in fact, I went again last night because...
By yourself?
No, yeah, right.
Drunk?
Because
you showed up drunk like, I'm trying to get on this trampoline.
Right. Lauren had a girls' night with some friends, and one of her friends, their girl goes to preschool with Piper. So I took the husband and Piper's friend and Piper and me, and we just went and threw down, and I even hurt my lower back. It was amazing.
Sir, can you please stop urinating in the foam pit, please? Can you please stop urinating in the foam pit, sir?
So, but dude, it's just trampoline upon trampoline. I'll send you some video of it. It is so much fun, Gabe. We would have so much fun.
Oh
there.
yeah, I'm leaving the kids at home for that.
I was even thinking, man, this place would be great for episode 200, but I think it's too loud.
Oh yeah.
But it might be a place that we could go at night or like do something with everybody.
Man. Did you really hurt yourself? Are you hurt bad, or you just hurt a little bit?
I hyperextended like my lower back a little bit just because I got a little too carried away, and so I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I'm stiff, and so I took it easy today, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
You said, oh, my upper body left my lower body too fast last night.
Right. My feet are over there, and my head's like, yo, wait up. So,
I do not blame you at all, Router, because we have one of those near here as well, and I've done it, and you think you're in shape, or at least I did.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, man, I'm going to kill this. 5 minutes, I'm huffing and puffing like, what's wrong with my lungs?
No, it's a great cardio, and like my abs were killing me the next day. I felt like I did like 1,000,000 crunches. I'm telling you, man, that place is so much fun. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I had a
They're
ball.
A lot of fun.
I'd go back. I'd go back in a heartbeat. I'll be like, Piper, you want to go to Above All again?
Exactly.
How about now? But man, it would be so much fun to do 200 there. They do have like private rooms in there, but there'd still be so much noise because they have a system bumping the whole time too. And
do they have arcades there as well?
Arcade games? there's no arcade games. It is strictly like they even have like exercise classes there. I think during the day where you could go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's legit, man. And there's some good people there. Like. And it's funny, Chris, because you mentioned, like, yeah, I'm in shape. And you think, like, you're watching American Ninja Warrior, like, I could do that.
Exactly.
So, like, you try doing it, and you're like, I have absolutely no upper body strength. This sucks.
Dude, I went to the playground with Amara the other night, and Jenny was like, you think you could do the monkey bars? I was like, yeah. Hey, Doc, listen to me. I got up on the monkey bars. I was like, oh, snap. It was only pride that had me not fall off that thing. I was like, It's funny because when I was a kid, I always watched like American Gladiator.
Oh yeah, man!
And I watched them like go across the rings. I was like, why are they having such a bad problem? Monkey bars are the easiest thing to do. What's the holdup? Yeah, what is the holdup? Let's get to it. Yeah. Nah, Doc. The chubby ninja is quick with the legs.
Not with the upper body.
That upper body is the chubby part.
Unless he's using a fork, it's slow up top.
Oh, it's amazing.
Exactly. The dangling ninja.
Oh, I love that. Dangling ninja.
Dangling ninja. I love it.
When did how did my chest get so close to my chin?
So I'm making a new goal for myself. I'm gonna do like a few pull-ups every day now, just so I can build up my strength to do it. Because I mean, they even have like a little warped wall. It's not as tall as like the main warped wall, but they have one.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I did it. It was fine.
Did you get up there?
Yeah, I got up there.
I want to try the warp wall so cool. bad.
But it was, man, I'm telling you, this place is so much fun. I had such a good time. Anyway.
That's it. I'm going there when I get there. I'm going.
Yeah, man, seriously, like Ed and Chris, when you guys get here, we're going to have an MTTG throwdown so that we can all hurt our backs for the next day when we do the episode. It'll be amazing.
It's funny because I asked Sarah, I said, Tim went to this trampoline place and he said the next day his core hurt. I couldn't figure out why that would be. And she said, well, he's using anytime you do balance, you're using your core and what have you. And then I said, oh man, today he threw his back out. He pulled his back, and she said, well, that's because his core was tired.
Yes, exactly right.
Interesting.
Very good, Sarah. Thank you. You get the gold star. Not only was my core tired, I was tired and I'm old. There you go. No, it was awesome. All good though, man. So if you ever get a chance, go to one of those trampoline places. They're fun. We have a place here in Cool Springs. It's called Above All. I fully endorse it. Sponsor. And
right.
When you guys get here, we have to throw down. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Anywho, on the gaming front, I followed in my dear friend Gabe's footsteps and platinumed that Rocket League, baby.
Nice. Congratulations.
Vroom.
I was so happy. So I've got another plat under my belt. I am 4 trophies away from Far Cry Primal Platinum.
Good deal.
I just have a little more grinding to do, but I finished the main story kind of on accident because I was like, okay, I'm going to complete this mission. Next thing you know, there's a little cutscene and then like I'm the greatest in the world. That's it. Boom.
Yep.
And I was like,
wait,
I actually said it out loud at 5:30 in the morning. Wait, that's it?
I hate that.
But that's the thing. Clearly, this one was not story driven like Far Cry 4, where you don't have pagan men, you don't have any of that. This is basically just you finding and building a tribe. That is essentially the essence of Far Cry Primal, and that's pretty much it. And if you like all the side missions that you had in 4, there's a lot of that here. There's a ton of side missions. I've actually capped out the skill level. Like I can't get any further, so the only way I can get more skill points, which I still need to complete the skill tree, is to do some of these side missions, because that way you earn. So I have like 6 or 7 more to do. So that's part of the grind. But man, it's fun. I'm having such a good time with it.
That's awesome.
Other than that, I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's it for me. I'm done. I'm boring. That's it.
Nice. Edward.
Friday, I went to going on this week in Atlanta is the U.S. Barista Coffee Championships.
Nice.
Which is a thing.
So let me ask you this. I know that they have, like, for the art of the foam and all that. Is it also for taste, though?
Yeah, this is specifically for the Barista Championship. You have, it's usually 10 to 15 minutes to make 3 different drinks for 3 different judges. And they judge you on how it tastes, how your performance and what have you. And they also have what's called a brewer's cup, where basically you just make a cup of coffee and it's all about taste. And
wow.
Are you all prepared and ready to go?
All prepared, ready to go, indeed. But this week, one of the local baristas from our local coffee shop is competing, and she competed in the regionals a few months ago, and so it's down to she is one of the top 36 people in the nation.
Wow, dude. I remember you posted that on Instagram or something like that a couple months ago. That's so cool.
Yeah, and so she went Friday. She had kind of like a practice run where the public could go and watch her presentation, what she's going to do, taste the coffee, and it was really cool. So it's just kind of a cool little subculture you never really know even exists until you happen to witness it.
Sure,
right. That was really cool.
So they're like, "What's this in the foam?" She's like, "Oh, that's the Married to the Games logo?
I know. Exactly.
You haven't seen that?
Nice.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So serious question. So coffee tasting.
Mm-hmm.
So in wine tastings, they cleanse your palate with smelling coffee beans. In coffee tasting, do they cleanse your palate with anything like
they give you water, but in this one, she's just making 1 cup of coffee.
Oh, I got you.
And she gives, there are like 3 judges, and then there's a main judge, and they judge her on whether or not those 3 cups are identical in taste.
Ooh.
No way.
So it's got to be how it's prepared, the actual presentation of it, and the taste of it, right? Those are like probably the 3 main factors.
Exactly. And at the same time, she's talking about the coffee bean, the farm it grew on, about the farmer.
So she has to give a spiel while she's doing this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Good for her, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch, and it tasted amazing. It was really cool, but that was a lot of fun. So anything coffee, I'm always up for that.
Oh, you are.
And then, kind of like Chris, Sarah was out of town for the weekend, and so I powered through and beat Quantum Break, and man,
yes, sir,
loved it.
Good.
Dang it!
Nice.
I need to play that game.
And it's one of those games where, because so many different things could happen to you, I spent the next I don't know how long replaying missions, getting different cutscenes. And then also going online and talking to people. I talked to a couple people from the community hey, what happened to this guy in yours? And, oh, wow, he lived in mine and he died in yours. And it was really cool.
That is awesome.
Awesome, man. And so these cutscenes, like, the length still didn't bother you. You were just captivated the whole time.
It was really, they're so well done. I didn't mind rewatching them. It was kind of like watching a TV series again.
Oh, that's great.
And, you could unlock and find different items, and it would say, this just changed something, and you watch the cutscene over again, and there'd be a slight difference here and there, and it was pretty cool how they did it.
Wow,
that's great, man. I'm glad. Yeah, it's interesting. There has been, now that a lot of people have finished it, there has been, it seems, a huge turnaround from a lot of naysayers to, hey, this is a great game.
Yeah,
it's a story-driven game.
Yeah, and that's been really nice to see. And I was actually really surprised by how many people are huge fans of the cutscenes. They're like, we love the way they did that. So it's been really cool.
You know what's really crazy about that? When I was talking with Scott and them the other night, they were saying that they've been hearing a bunch that people don't like the cutscenes and they think the production value is bad. And I was like, I have not heard that from anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
That totally took me aback when I heard that.
Yeah, I was actually very impressed with the production value. I mean, because it's a game, so you kind of expect, well, the live action might be a little,
lacking.
Exactly.
Sharknado or something.
You think it's going to be that way.
Sharknado, you hope not. Great.
But yeah, I've been watching your playthrough, Ed, and I've seen the cutscenes through there, and I think they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody watch that Division thing that I was talking about that was on Amazon?
I have not watched it yet.
No, I did not.
No.
I wonder if how it compares to those, because those were well done too, but the acting at some points, like I said before, was like,
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah. And again, the actors they got, Dominic Monaghan, they got, one of the guys from The Wire, guy from X-Men. And so that, they're working with great people.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wow. That's
Game
some
of Thrones.
talent. That's great.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. That's talented people. The Division one, I didn't recognize anybody.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
But, that was my week.
Nice, man.
That's awesome. Mr. Patillo?
Yeah.
Hit us up with the Black U weather forecast for the weekend. How'd it go?
It's sunny outside.
Back to you.
I'm going to get blacker.
I'm sorry. I saw an episode, Family Guy episode, and that was on there. I just started cracking up. I was
That's
like,
funny. Yes. We're off tour, so I'm home for a week and a half. Next week, I go to, I want to say Arizona, just for like a random one show thing. So next week will be interesting when we do the show, because I'll be in Arizona, flying there, doing one show. Yeah, exactly. And flying right back. And then I went to that Midwest Gaming Classic this last week.
That was such a great video, man. It was so good.
I love that.
I'm so glad you liked it. I felt like it was a bad video, so I'm glad anybody liked it.
It was great.
It was good.
It was really well done.
Oh, thanks, guys. Gosh, I should have called you guys before I posted it, 'cause I was feeling really down about myself. It was really fun. Like, again, like, I love us. I love gamers. I love the culture of it. And so even though we can be an introverted people and weird at times and feel like the cat lady, it's still I don't know. I just love being involved with it. And that's why I want to
it's still culture, man. It is such a culture.
Yeah, I love it. And so it was really cool going to seeing all those old school games and being there with Bradley.
Dude, Bradley C is no joke.
Oh my gosh. That Joker is a wealth of knowledge. And so it's just so fun to be there with him because he's like, all right, well, now this game, blah, 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 blah. And then it was funny because we kind of, looked at a bunch of old school games. And then we started seeing a couple like Super Nintendo-ish and started getting into that stuff. And then the tables were turned. And I was like, you know what's funny about this game? And I got to tell him a bunch of stuff about things. And, when we saw the Shenmues and stuff like that and Final Fantasy VII. And I should have bought the Final Fantasy VII only because there's been people in the past that told me, if you find the black spine Final Fantasy VII, buy it because that was the first run of them. And then the rest of them all say greatest hits on them.
Wow.
Like has either the green or the red. I didn't because it was kind of like beat up and all that stuff.
How much were they selling it for though?
It was only like $23 or something like that.
Oh man.
But it was like missing the manual and I could have found the manual. So anyway, it was just kind of like I'd had to piece it together. But then they did have that one that was $500. It was the Japanese version and it was in shrink wrap still.
Oh, well, you should have got it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I totally should have. So I could come home to an empty house.
You bought what?
Yeah, exactly. But I know what button to push if ever I do want a divorce. I don't see it happening.
That's an easy one. That's
but
an
that
easy
would be
button.
the button. Yeah. And so being there was just really cool and seeing the history. It had in television, ColecoVision, like all the old school stuff when everybody was copying each other, just trying to have something better and better and better.
Yeah.
Got to see a couple games that never came out. The Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that was cool.
Game that I showed in the video,
right?
Never got released. There was 2 brand new pinball games that haven't been released yet. The Beavis and Butthead thing didn't get released, and there's only a couple out there. But the Spider-Man and I forget what the one sitting next to it was are brand new pinball games that are about to come out. So that was kind of cool seeing people play. Like for some reason when I see pinball games, I just don't think of them still being created.
Yeah. Right. You think of them as old school,
right? Oh, a new pinball game. So. It was cool to see that, and then, dude, that Nintendo Sony PlayStation.
Right? That's what I'm talking about,
gosh.
right there. I mean, the whole event would have been amazing to go to, but I just want to see that in person, even if it's behind glass. I'm so jealous that you got to actually see it in front of your face.
It actually kind of gave me shivers a little bit.
Oh, I bet, man.
I'm like, gosh, I would love to see that thing.
It was kind of weird. I was like, huh. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
And so what was kind of cool was, and I'm trying to find the tweet because I forget who tweeted at me. But I was mentioned that I was at the Gaming Classic, and he was like, somebody was like, "Oh, you got to go see if they have." I heard the Nintendo PlayStation is there.
Oh yeah,
Dante Logos at Dante Logos. He said, I think the Nintendo PlayStation is being shown off at that convention. Try and take a look if you can. So big shout out because I'd walked past it once.
Oh, wow.
Because it's really understated. They don't have it like, hey, look right here. This is incredible. This is the best thing you're going to see the whole show.
Right.
And so, because to me, Bradley showed me all these games where they only made 200. They only made 50, and I have, and he's got some of those where they've only made a small run. They only made 20 of these Sony Nintendo hybrids.
Really?
And the story goes that they destroyed all of them. And then this one was found in an attic. I think we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
By some guy. He had no idea what it was. Sold it at a swap meet.
Nice.
Wow.
And this other guy that knew what it was like, y'all take that with $20. And so now it's, insured for $600,000 and it's supposedly the only one in existence.
And it had that cartridge that you can actually plug in. It I don't know if it has a game on it, but it does something.
Yeah, there's a cartridge slot in the top, CD in the middle. And so I'll go ahead and say this because there's going to be a news item anyway, but just for people that don't know the story, way back in the day, Nintendo and Sony were going to create a Super Famicom or Super Nintendo that was based off CD-ROM. This is the 80s. And Nintendo is the one that went to Sony. It was like, because Sony had the, CD game on lock. Nintendo wanted to get into that whole thing. and they were going to call it the PlayStation or the SNES CD, kind of like they did the Sega CD. For some reason, a day after the announcement back in June 1991, Nintendo goes, we don't want to do this anymore. We're gonna do it with Philips instead. And we all know how that went.
Philip was just some dude in a van.
It was two Philips.
Two Philips.
Right.
Yeah. So they broke the partnership, which like made Sony crazy mad. And they're like, well, I guess we're taking on Nintendo now. We're going to squash the names together. Instead of it calling the PlayStation, we're going to call it the PlayStation. And they've done all right with it.
Yeah.
They did pretty well.
I don't know if you guys have heard. Yeah, they've done all right. So anyway, it was just like, I kind of stood there looking at it like,
that's history, man.
I could stay here forever.
Yeah, that is freaking history.
So I wanted to like, I kept walking past it hoping to see the guy who had it on display there because I would have loved to talk to him.
Right.
But I never saw him, and they have a guard just for that.
Wow.
Like they've got guards
imagine.
everywhere, and then they have a guard just for that thing, just to stand there and make sure nobody drops anything on the glass, make sure they're not like, getting too close to it. And so it was pretty nuts, man. And they had a bunch of magazines laid around it that were telling the story of it back in the day. So it was all like in Japanese and all this stuff. So I couldn't read it.
That's like gaming history, like right before your eyes. That's
and
cool,
it's just
man.
a crazy story that Nintendo and Sony ever did something at one time together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway.
Big shout out to Bradley Seaman.
Yeah, and I hope that ends up in a museum or something someday. I hope nothing ever happens to it. That thing's just cool.
Keep it in that case.
And it's huge and clunky, and it's just weird seeing Sony and PlayStation with the SNES controller. And,
About how big was it?
I mean, it's probably the size of the first PlayStation, except thicker.
Okay.
Taller, I guess you would say. I don't know how you would say that. But anyway, Steph Curry just hit his 400th three-pointer for the season.
Good
just want to add that.
Lord.
400.
That man is a beast.
You have to understand, number one, he was breaking his own record, but the records before that were not anywhere close to 400. Anyway.
Wow.
And so that was just a really cool thing to be at the Midwest Gaming Classic and for our community to give that shout out so I could see that because I would have missed it.
Yeah, really.
Sure.
That was
Heck
cool.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
I'm not playing anything. Last weeks of tour are always really stressful and you're trying to figure out tour gifts and you're trying to, because I'm kind of on the inner circle on a lot of that stuff. And so, just a lot of responsibilities the last week. I would have loved to have played some Division, but didn't really get to. And, haven't plugged it up since I've been home, just trying to be daddy and husband.
Right.
And, so it's been great to see these kids and hug on them and all that. So I'm happy to be home.
Good.
Everything's normal, playing Clash Royale a bunch.
Oh my gosh. That game is ridiculous.
I love it. That's
so much fun.
Ed, are you playing that yet?
He rage quit.
I played and quit.
He rage quit.
You didn't like it?
He rage quit. I felt bad.
What happened?
I just kept getting pounded.
Really?
I can only take so much.
Well, you got to come in and get beat up a little bit.
Yeah, but I came in and got beat up a lot of bit. And
I think he got crappy cards to start off too. That might not have helped.
It was funny too because I actually made it so I could join the MTTG community. Like I got enough points, and then it was like, oh, well, how about we take it back down to 100? How do you like that? I was like, oh no. So,
I'm sorry,
you
man.
went on a losing streak.
It was fun, but man, it was a time suck.
Yes, it is.
I've really liked it. So anybody who's playing Clash Royale, MTTG Podcast is the name of the clan. Come join and swap cards with us. We're helping each other out.
Is the 400 trophy limit still on?
Yeah, and that just keeps the riff.
No, I like that. That's good. So but yeah, man, we're
like Ed Placencia.
You get out now.
Looks like Ed's not joining for a while now.
Yeah. Okay, you can go.
Good seeing you.
I also ran into my boy Lim. He also goes by the Bad Gamer, and it was great seeing him out at a show. And so it was just a good time, man.
Being that ambassador like you always are.
Right?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying my hardest.
So jealous.
You should be.
I am.
That's it for me. Router, you got it?
Of course I do.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Mr. McCracken said, new releases this week. Ratchet and Clank for the PS4 is out, as well as Stories, The Path of Destinies. That's out for the PS4 and PC. So I'm sure the PC version will have some bugs in it. Also, Day 1 Edition, Dark Souls 3, Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Yep.
Out. We got some DLC for Fallout 4, Fallout 4 Wasteland Workshop, PS4, PC, Xbox One. And then a couple other ones, Risk of Rain for the PS4 and the Vita, and Bravely Second End Layer for the 3DS.
I played a little Bravely Second.
Did you?
I played Bravely Default, which is the one before this one, and then this one. Yeah,
Second is the sequel to Bravely Default.
It's good, man. I've really tried to, I don't know why I'm doing this, but like the 2 3DS games I've bought have both been JRPGs.
Of course they have.
And I start out real strong. That first 10 hours, I get it in. And then I'm like, oh, I have a 3DS.
Gabe, do you not have the stamina for JRPGs anymore?
I don't think I have the stamina for handheld JRPGs. Yeah,
seriously.
Like if they can't be just over the top and yeah, exactly. I need all the bells and whistles to stay tuned.
Right?
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, moving on. It was too good to be true last week because this week we have no charts. So that was a fleeting moment of hope and inspiration and quickly shattered. So thank you, VG Charts. We appreciate it. So I have no charts. I do have just a few little oops at PJ4OSU. The Quantum Break game is 45 gigabytes. The episodes are 75 gigabytes, and it would take a third of the standard Xbox hard drive. Hashtag MTTG oops. So somebody was getting very technical on us. William Biddle.
I don't math so well.
Exactly. Right. Do you even math, bro?
And then Wayne Mullins at Evil Wonka. Ed said to Chris, say it in Gaelic when talking about the Gramps restaurant. It's Irish, or to be technical, it's called, and I had to look this up for the actual pronunciation, it's called Gaelga, and it's spelled Gaeilge. So, Wayne, thank you for that. Thank you for being Irish, and we appreciate it.
I'm going to keep saying Gaelic.
Yeah, please do.
But I do want to say thanks for being Irish.
Yes, I agree. Thank you, Wayne, and Murica. That's all I can say.
Murica.
But yeah, so those were our oops, and those were fun oops. So I enjoy that. That's always a good time. When it's not me, it's always a good time.
Right? Yeah, you got off clean this time, dude.
I got off clean slate this week. I'm feeling
like
feeling
Led
good.
Zeppelin, just so you have something to oops about.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, the Led Zeppelin.
Back to you guys,
Chris McCracken.
Well, guys, let's start this week's news stories out on a really positive note. Have you guys heard of Codemasters before?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a British publisher and developer. They make games like F1 and Dirt, which is a rally car racing series. Well, they have taken it upon themselves and they have hired most of the core team that used to be part of Evolution Studios that made Drive Club and MotorStorm.
See how that works?
Oh, yeah.
See how
and so
that
they
works?
brought them into the fold, and so they're still going to be with the studio that's making all these cool driving games.
Beautiful.
So it all worked out.
Yep.
There we go. Except for that one guy. Except for Myrtle.
Except for Myrtle.
Myrtle got we can hire you, but don't tell Myrtle.
We're going to hire Hey, come here for a second. We're going to hire everyone except Myrtle. Myrtle's like, hey guys, where are you guys going? Nowhere, Myrtle.
Cut to a shot of Myrtle at home. Myrtle's at home eating tuna casserole by herself at the kitchen.
That's right.
Just the clanking of her fork against the glass.
Her cat's nibbling off the other side of the plate.
Exactly.
Poor Myrtle.
Staring out a rainy window.
By myself.
Oh gosh, that's
good
funny.
times. Poor Myrtle. That's awesome though, man. I love, and I always, we always say it's sad when we see developers kind of go, but there's always that ray of optimism that they're going to get picked up somewhere else, and it seems like that happens more so than just a flat out liquidation. Everyone's gone, which is great. We always need good developers, so kudos to them. That's awesome.
I love that. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start with the bad news.
All right.
The Division update is erasing Xbox One players' characters.
I saw that. That can't be good.
That is not good. So during login, players would encounter an error, and when it clears, they come back to the starting screen, and their character is not there.
Oh, man.
Massive was aware of the issue. They took to the forums, asking people for their gamer tags, specific gamer tags from players.
Whoops.
And so they were going to look into each of them individually.
Oh, man. I hope that data's there. Holy cow.
Yeah. So they put up a big post that said, "Hi, everyone. Please send me your platform and username if you're seeing this issue." Edit 1. I've received enough player names.
That's amazing.
Of course.
My eyes are bloodshot, and I'm working on a 60.
Oh my gosh.
60 plus hour day.
We're looking into each character individually. We'll get back to you with more information as soon as we can.
Wow.
Edit 2. We have identified and fixed the source of the issue.
Awesome.
And want to ensure everyone that your character can be correctly restored. So if your character has gone away, stay tuned. The issue was caused by a malfunctioning server that couldn't synchronize character data correctly and corrupted them instead. The game client was unable to read the corrupted data and simply assumed that the character didn't exist. Once this had been identified, we were able to restore the server to its normal functionality, thus ensuring that the issue will no longer occur for other players.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. Please note, however, to make your character available, we will need to restore the latest uncorrupted save of your entire account, which happened during the server maintenance of April 12th.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's not bad. That's just yesterday. So in other words, your character will be back as you left it on April 12th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
They do all have red clown wigs now, but other than that,
and daddy issues. But besides the daddy issues, they will be back. So if you are still freaking out about this, you're okay. Everything's going to be fine.
That's awesome. Holy cow.
But that was scary for like a day when people were like, I've put in how many hours in this game and it's gone.
And that's only for Xbox One users, right? It wasn't for PlayStation?
That was the Xbox One users.
And it wasn't for PC either. PC had it okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
For once, they live.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, that was a day ago.
Very interesting.
And they fixed it pretty quickly. So I was really, for me, for some reason, I don't know why this didn't happen to me, but I was really encouraged that they were able to track this down and fix it for everyone.
Yeah,
they got on that
usually
fast.
when stuff,
they got on it really fast.
Yeah, usually when stuff like this happens, it's like, sorry, your characters are gone. Thank you so much for playing The Division. You're like,
have a Coke and a smile.
Here's a free copy of Qbert.
Yeah, we're giving out Knack for free. They're like, on Xbox.
We're replacing all your weapons with squeak hammers. So.
You are now forced to play Final Fantasy 15 demo.
If you want to unlock your character, please download the Platinum demo. Chris McCracken, what else is going on?
Well, I'm just going to talk for just a moment, if you guys will let me, to my Vita owners out there.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
All two of them? All right, go ahead.
Vita owners, pay no attention to these haters and these people that don't listen.
Heads up, Phillips.
Gabe abandoned us long ago.
Should I play the Incredible Hulk music in the background or the MASH theme while you do this?
Again, pay no attention to these peons. Vita owners, there may not be many of us, but we are strong.
Yes,
we are
you
the
are.
Proud few.
You are Vita strong. Hashtag Vita strong.
And we know that our handheld is dying. Our handheld is dying, and we know this.
Is this a commencement address?
It pretty much is, because I don't even think they're manufacturing them anymore.
Quiet!
All right,
In the peanut gallery. Quiet.
But whatever.
I hope Obama's listening.
I'm talking to my people here. Anyways, we know our handheld is dying, but there is a light at the top of the hill, and that light is the Vita exclusive Severed by Drinkbox Studios, and it has a release date. It is real. April 26th. Our Vita exclusive will be here.
Wow.
And honestly, I really do feel like this game was announced. this game was announced like right after Guacamelee came out, because Drinkbox Studios is who made Guacamelee originally for the PlayStation 3 and Vita. And
Guacamelee was great.
Yeah, and then it came to Xbox One and PS4, the Turbo Edition or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so they've been working on this game since 2013, and it was looking like this is never going to happen. You know, the Vita's dying. Like, why would they even make this? Well, they stuck to their guns. They made it happen.
That's
and I'm
great,
kind of
man.
looking at this as like the Vita swan song. I mean, I feel like this is probably going to be the last. I don't know if you consider this game AAA, but it's a pretty big name title for the Vita. And this is probably going to be its last hurrah. So I'm excited to get this game and give it a go.
Good, man. That's awesome.
So it looks good?
Yeah, I think it looks good. Now it's in the same kind of art style as Guacamelee, but it's not a platformer like Guacamelee was. It's actually like a first person RPG, and you go into these different dungeons and you find these enemies, I guess, or different bosses, and you fight them with a sword, I think, or different weapons that you acquire, and you do it by, I think you have to do it by using the touch controls by swiping. But everybody that I know that has played this game, like at events and things, that has reported on it, everybody said they were really looking forward to it. And I don't know anybody that's gotten a code for it or anything yet, but it seems like there's a lot of promise there. And Drinkbox Studios, they know what they're doing. They've made good games. So nice. I'm very hopeful that it's going to be awesome.
Well, kudos to you, man, for being a proponent of the Vita. I think it's awesome. So many people abandoned it. I know I didn't. Yeah. I never was really interested in the piece of hardware. I think it was great that they did it. It's fascinating because it was another step toward, more innovation for handhelds, but it wasn't my cup of tea, but I'm glad you're sticking with it. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it obviously wasn't a lot of people's cup of tea, but for those that are out there, they're proud.
It sounded like it wasn't
strong.
Sony's cup of tea. That was the problem.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, Vita, what?
But there are a ton of games for Vita. I've always heard from other podcasts.
There's a lot of games.
There were always games for Vita, and everybody was complaining, oh, there's no games, but there actually are. It's just not these huge AAA games that everybody wants.
Yeah, and the thing about Vita owners is the retention rate, like how many games Vita owners buy, is a lot. Vita people tend to buy a lot of games. It's just that there's not a large pool of those Vita owners. So
yeah.
Oh, man. Well, Vita.
Oh.
I'm sorry I gave up on you for another piece of hardware I don't play. But I didn't leave you for anything younger and sexier.
That's right.
Maybe younger.
It was a lateral move.
Not sexier, though. Yeah, it's definitely lateral. I went from probably a 7 to a 7.1.
Hey, that's moving up in my world.
Yeah, my new girl's in surround sound.
Gabe definitely has a type.
That's right. Exactly. He's got a type.
Speaking of a type,
ooh,
I know.
Nice segue.
It's actually not going to be a nice segue.
Nah.
I just used that one line to get to what I was going to say.
Sure.
But everybody's gone to the Rapture. I've always talked about being a very specific type of game.
Yep.
Not for everyone.
Yep.
Hard to even call it a game. And it's coming to Steam the same day
it is.
This launches,
awesome.
The 14th of April. And so I would tell Steam users, if you're into,
walking really slow,
that girl with the gap but's got a great personality. Try Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Yeah,
because it is really good. It's it's not a game.
No,
let's just put that out.
It's an experience, right?
Yes, it's definitely a what do they call it? A walking simulator.
Yeah, that's kind of like the disparaging way of saying it, but it kind of fits. You say that and you know what that means, so it's
right.
So it looks amazing. You could take screenshots for days. Mm-hmm. The voice acting is incredible. The story is coolish. It's kind of a detective-ish kind of, you're kind of figuring out what happened in this town. And
are you solving anything? Is it kind of like The Witness where you're solving things or you're just walking around?
No.
You're really just figuring out the story of what happened.
You're piecing together a story.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So I would say play it if you're into a different experience.
All right.
Yeah, it's almost like as you walk around, you unlock different parts of like a really well done radio play.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. The voice acting is just incredible.
It really is.
I can't say that enough.
Which I know, Gabe, you've said that from the Let's Play. You're like, man, they're just incredible voice acting for this. Well, they just recently won a BAFTA award for their audio achievement in music and performer categories.
Oh, wow. Good for them.
The music, too, the soundtrack is redonkulous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's so good, man. Ugh. So anyway, that's coming to Steam. Christopher.
Well, the other day we got 2 teasers that kind of just dropped, and we got a teaser for Gears of War 4.
Yes.
That commercial looked awesome.
Yeah.
I still have to watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it before the show.
Like that, I haven't seen, like, I mean, the Division's been doing a bunch of commercials, and so they kind of have their thing going, and I think they spent the most in like April or something like that, or March on commercials on television for gaming. But that new Gears of War 4 commercial got me hyped. I was like, I might need to play that.
And then I'm pretty sure the exact same day, there was also a teaser that dropped for Titanfall 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is going to be for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Wow.
Yep, they are opening it up.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I saw the teaser. It was really nothing crazy, but it was there. Boom, Titanfall 2. There it was.
Yeah, they said that there's going to be a full reveal on June 12th. So
that
we'll
would be
find out more
E3.
then. Yep.
Yeah, I think the teaser's not so much for the game, but for the fact that it's coming to PlayStation 4 like people thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we even talked about it at the time.
Yeah, we did, because we thought it would be like a 1-year exclusive, or what is it now? When did that come out? 2 years ago?
It came out with the launch of Xbox.
It came out
true.
in the spring of after the consoles launched.
You're right.
Launch window, okay.
Yep, so that exclusive is done.
Yeah, there you
Wow.
go. Interesting. So we talked about Kobe Bryant a little bit, his 20 years in the league. And if you've been in the NBA for 20 years, you've been in a lot of video games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Kobe Bryant's first game, he was drafted 13th overall in 96 at 17 years old.
Woo.
Wow.
Came straight from high school to the pros. His parents had to co-sign his first contract because, he wasn't a man yet. And so that meant he was signed. Wait.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Woo.
Bless you.
That one snuck up on a brother. You ever
Oh, yeah.
Usually you could feel a sneeze coming. This was like, hey, I'm coming.
What kind of sneeze would the chubby ninja have than a sneaky one?
Only ninjas have sneaky sneezes.
Only ninjas have sneaky sneezes. Beautiful.
I think I read that on the bottom of my In-N-Out cup one time.
It was like Psalm 13:11.
Right.
Only ninjas have sneaky sneezes.
Ninjas have sneaky sneezes.
So he was in the league in time for NBA Live, which was released on the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Wow.
And so from then up to NBA 2K16, Kobe Bryant, man. Every year.
Good for him, man.
That's pretty impressive. 20 years. I tip my hat to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Golly. Nobody's been with a ball club for 20 years when it comes to basketball.
That's
I don't
just
know about
crazy.
any other sport. But yeah, man. Kobe Bryant. Christopher, you got anything else?
Yeah, I got 2 things real quick. One of them is more about the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 crossplay. And Xbox boss had come out and said again that Microsoft has the technology pieces in place for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 crossplay, and now all that's left to do is to sort out the politics of the matter.
Oh, please.
That's like a mountain in and of itself, though,
Yeah,
because
I know.
because of the different operating systems and how they work. So, it's going to still take a while.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like, at the end of the day, let's say that this ends up happening. What do you think was going to have been the bigger hill to climb? The technological hurdles or the political hurdles?
Oh,
I'm
political
so
for sure.
Curious to know which of those is going to be harder.
Well, because the political's not just O's and ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's very interesting. What else you got?
And then the last thing that I got, just because I thought it was funny, is someone has ported Flappy Bird over to be playable on the LCD screen of e-cigarettes.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Are you
There's
serious?
a video on YouTube of a guy playing it on his e-cigarette. And I didn't even know e-cigarettes had LCD screens.
A screen.
I didn't either.
About them. But yep, there he is, pushing his buttons, flapping his bird between the tubes.
That is amazing.
Wow. People are bored.
Seriously. and brilliant at the same time.
That's true, yeah.
So it's kind of a combo.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back at high school with my freaking Texas Instrument.
That's right, man.
And I'm like, not only does this add up equations, I can also play basketball. But it's really just like a stick and something round going through a box.
Exactly.
And we called it basketball because our imaginations were better back then.
Right?
Yep.
That looks like basketball, doesn't it?
Close enough.
And look what I can spell upside down. Nice. I like it. Eduardo.
Yes.
What in the world is going on over the YouTube channel?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on. A lot of Quantum Break is going on this week.
Yeah, buddy.
That was definitely
you warned us.
Rounding out our top 10 as far as viewed and length that people are hanging around to watch. Also up there, the Lego Dimensions is still performing well. People like that Bane episode.
Oh, nice.
Gabe, your Let's Play of This War of Mine, the first day, is still doing really well.
I need to get back to that.
I'm telling you. And your Midwest Gaming Classic with Bradley C. People definitely wanted to check that out.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So
man, I thought that was a terrible video.
Well, you know what's funny is you thought it was a terrible video that did really well. Then you took it down, fixed it, put it back up again, and that one's doing really well. So.
Hey, there we go.
Little does he know that they're really just looking at Bradley C. and not you, but whatever.
Well, that's why he's in it.
Exactly.
That's a good-looking man there.
I'm telling you.
With a wealth of knowledge. That
know,
dude's
right?
intelligence is ridiculous.
And a cool van.
Yeah, dude. Totally cool van.
That's a van that has taken many a video game, many a places.
Right?
Watching him get those 3 cabinets into that van was not made for 3 video game cabinets.
That's incredible.
My gosh. And he would not let me help. Like, I helped a little bit, but y'all have to understand, though, just go to your local arcade and just start rocking one of these things. Like, when nobody's looking. They are heavy.
Right?
They are so heavy. Like, I would guess the one I have is 350, 400 pounds. Like, they're just because they're just wood and heavy and awkward. And I was like, man, you want some help? He's like, no, I got it. I was like, all right.
Okay, dude.
When you poop on yourself, don't say I didn't offer to help. And so I didn't put a video in there, but there's one video where I'm just standing there watching him struggle to get this discs of Tron into the back of his
That would have been amazing.
van. And I'm like, here I am, just watching.
You keep saying stuff like, yeah, a little bit more on the left. No. A little bit more. Okay, now more on the right.
Yeah, he's got every vein popping out of his neck and forehead.
Sure.
Gabe's just yelling, pivot.
Yeah, I'm like, well, pride hurts.
That's right.
So it was a good time, man. I'm glad people are watching that video. It was just so mind blowing. Oh, I didn't even mention freaking Jeff Lee, the creator of Qbert.
Heck yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, that's right.
Met that guy, and we were like, so you made Qbert? Like he was your idea? Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things like you just never like somebody wrote Happy Birthday, the Happy Birthday song.
Right.
Somebody wrote Amazing Grace. Like, you don't remember that these are like brain children of people, like that people exist that made Qbert. And like, we were like, well, who did you draw them with? But nobody. I drew Qbert. I came up with Qbert.
Yeah.
You're like, dang. So it sounded like he did a lot of stuff besides like he didn't come up with the name by himself. But as far as drawing him and conceptualizing him, it was Jeff Lee, man. And then the creator of Rampage was there.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Creator and artist. He's in the video. And so it was just, we didn't talk to him because he was always talking to somebody. And I think his wife was there maybe. And so we just didn't talk. Jeff Lee was kind of sitting there at the table with a buddy of his who put out a game called Argus that was never released, but was really fun. I played it. He had it there to play. And I think they're in cooperation with a arcade in Chicago to try to bring it back. I don't know. Galloping Ghosts, though, is who hosted those guys. And so that's who was down there. So we went and met Doc, the guy who runs Galloping Ghosts in Chicago. So I will definitely be going there next time I'm in Chi-Town.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Really cool.
Anything else, Ed?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Ed, how's my video doing?
Your video is doing underwhelmingly. I'm actually really surprised. It's gotten negative views.
Yeah, negative
views.
People are asking for their time back.
Yep. That sounds about right. Definitely sounds about right.
Oh my gosh, that's really funny. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys what you thought about this whole console hardware upgrade thing.
And you worded it perfectly, by the way, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well done.
Did I? Thanks.
Yep.
I was trying to turn like a 4-sentence
Right.
off the top of my head thing. Yeah. Into something that I could do in 160 characters with a link and a picture.
Yeah.
Right. And hashtag answer MTTG.
You did great.
Josh S., half of the street team over on the forum, said, from a business aspect, I can understand why Sony would do this. It improves the hardware while not rendering the PS4 obsolete before its due time. As a consumer and one who doesn't have unlimited income to spend on video games, I feel totally conflicted. Will I want it? Of course. Will I get it? Probably not, seeing as how I don't even have a 4K TV and can't imagine being able to sell my wife on the idea of a 4K TV so I can have a slightly better gaming experience on a few select titles.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Could not agree more. Tiggs right below said what Josh said. Nick Fallhaber said, to see why this is a terrible idea, you just have to look at the recent release of Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS. On the new 3DS, you get a silky smooth frame rate and only drops in performance when you've got the 3D turned on. On previous 3DS models, you can't turn on 3D at all, and the frame rate dips to below 15 frames per second, and input lag is terrible when there are a lot of enemies on screen. It is just about unplayable on the old 3DS and should really have been made a new 3DS only game, but wasn't, because that would have hurt sales numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. Metaphyzex on the
there you go.
Forum.
That's a name.
Yeah, it is. Nope. Games are designed to cover the biggest expected hardware spread, so most games wouldn't really take advantage of any upgrade for fear of losing customer base. Besides, we wouldn't want another Sega CD/3D 32X situation on our hands. Amen. And
That's
all the
true.
young kids said, "What is a 32X?" Over on Twitter, we got Felipe at I like some games. I don't really care. If they release a new PS4 that never lets the FPS drop, I might buy it, but only in 2017.
There you go.
You know, get your money's worth out of the other
Sure,
side.
man.
Over the Bill at Over the Bill 1. No, I console games so I don't have to upgrade to keep up. RIP PC gaming after I had kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Mike Mahoney at Captain Mike M. All for them, as I want consoles to keep up with technology. It's a gamble. Very curious to see what happens. Huh. I like that. So we got a mixed bag.
Yep.
I like having a mixed bag. That's what makes question asking great. You guys know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. You can come check out the website, marriedtothegames.com. Come over to the forums where I always read the questions from first. We're having great conversations over there still. And YouTube, Ed and Chris and sometimes I are getting her done over there. And Router.
Oh, man. Rate us on iTunes so Golden State can get to that 73 win.
Oh, there you go.
That was one of those behind the back passes from Steve Nash. You got to always be ready.
Right?
I had to be prepared on that one.
Yeah, that one hit you in the mouth.
I was like, Router, I'm like, wait, is it question time already? I blacked out. What happened?
That's awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Well, let's get into some questions.
By the way, what's the status? Are they winning?
Golden State 109, Memphis 89.
Beautiful.
Oh, there you go.
Well
8 minutes
done.
and 49 seconds left. Plenty of time, but not looking good.
No, not
Steph
looking good
Curry
at all.
is not on the floor.
Well done to you. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start with some questions. We got email. Chris Schultz. Hey, guys, while it's only April and still 20 degrees and snowing here in Pittsburgh, Me and my girlfriend got all of our summer concerts lined up. Luke Bryan, Guns N' Roses, Wiz Khalifa, and Snoop Dogg, and Korn and Rob Zombie. Any tours coming your way you're interested in? If not, favorite concert you've been to?
Oh, great question.
Very good question.
Tori Kelly was here last night.
Oh, she was?
That tonight? Yeah, at the Ryman, and that probably was awesome. If I wouldn't have just come off the road,
oh my gosh,
I would have probably pushed to go to that. But considering I just got home, I was like,
that girl can sing.
Woo.
Can sing.
Woo. Has got it going on.
Yes.
Wow, for sure. Best concert.
Or any tours coming your way that you're interested in?
You know what? I don't really keep my ear to the ground on that kind of stuff.
Because you live it.
Right, like this Tori Kelly thing, it all kind of sneaks up on me and pops me in the mouth. I'll tell you what, me and Ed went to Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
And that was a good show. I got a shout out from the stage.
That was incredible.
So that was weird.
That's how much you look like your dad. Because that's why they recognized you. They're like, you look just like your dad.
So my dad and Philip Bailey, one of the lead singers of Earth, Wind, now the sole lead singer, rest in peace, Maurice White, was singing a song. And what did he say, Ed? He kind of was like looking in the crowd and saw me because him and my dad go way back. And so my dad got me the tickets through Philip. And what did he just wave or
he just kind of waved and was kind of motioned to backstage or whatever, like after the show. I don't remember if he said something or just motioned, but we knew to go backstage after the show.
Yeah, exactly. So he was kind of like, I think he said, "Where's Gabriel?" That's how I knew he was looking for me. And then he looks down and sees me. I look just like my father. And yeah, rest is history. But that was a cool experience from like an old school standpoint and like really appreciating what Earth, Wind, and Fire did for music. But man, that doggone Justin Timberlake, man.
Buddy.
Oh, yeah.
That show was something else. But then we went to freaking Taylor Swift right after it.
Right.
And so for the 34-year-old in me appreciated Justin Timberlake, the 16-year-old girl inside me was freaking out at Taylor Swift.
Was squealing for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly. I feel 22 as well.
That's awesome. That's good.
I think she actually didn't do that song. She didn't do 22, but
no,
I was just going for the joke.
That's
Chris
fine.
McCracken, you go to a lot of concerts. Are you going to say Damian Rice?
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it would kind of any day I may say a different thing because I went to a lot of concerts when I was younger that really stick out in my mind. But the most recent one, say again?
Like what?
Well, I used to go to a lot of rock concerts. I went to a lot of festivals. I've seen Metallica 6 times. I've seen Ozzy Osbourne. Wow. I've seen Black Sabbath, Pantera, Deftones, Incubus.
Nice.
Green Day, Everclear. I've seen a lot of bands.
Nice.
Yeah, you have.
Back in the day, anyways. Nowadays, it seems like the only concerts I really get to go to are Toby Mac concerts, which are awesome. don't get me wrong.
Don't say it with so much disdain. The only concerts I get to make it to now.
I've had a great time at every single one, and you know it.
Oh, man. Every concert I've drugged my wife to has been Toby Mac.
She's always smacking me on the shoulder. Toby's coming again.
Same old set list, same old game up there, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No.
It's all good.
They're awesome. But the last Easter, I went up to Nashville, and I got to see all you guys. But I went. One of the main reasons we went there was to see you guys, to see Nashville, because when we went for 100, we didn't really get to see the city any.
Right.
And I was going to see Damian Rice, who had not been in the United States in something like 4 or 5 years. And I wasn't sure if he was going to extend his tour. There were no Texas dates at all. Because, you know, he's coming from Ireland. And if he's only going to go to a few places, he's going to go to, you know, the real hot spots. And Nashville is a musical hotspot. So I was like, well, let's go to Nashville. Let's see Damian Rice. Let's see some other cool stuff. And let's hang out with the Married to the Games guys. And it was at the Ryman, which, you know, I didn't really know anything about.
Great venue.
It was just an amazing venue. And that guy's voice, I mean, he's great on a record, like if you listen to his music, but him in person, it's just so crazy how good his voice is. And most of the time, I'd say 98% of the concert was just him and his guitar.
Love it.
It was so awesome. It was just a great experience.
That's great.
That's so cool.
From a vocal standpoint, we went and saw Michael Bublé.
Oh, wow.
Like, Oh man, I can't even say that though, because we saw Celine Dion.
Right. You love that one.
I don't know, man. From a vocal standpoint, Celine was redonkulous, but Michael Bublé was up there too, man. It was awesome.
Wow.
Ed?
I haven't been to a lot of musical concerts. The first thing that popped in my mind's got to be Weird Al.
Oh, heck yeah, buddy.
He puts on a show.
I bet he does.
And it's the costume changes and the multimedia, and then just the way he's just hilarious. And my favorite thing about it is the fact that Sarah, bless her heart, went with me both times, and she was like, "This is the first time I've been anywhere with this many people, and there was no line to the girls' restroom."
Yeah,
that's perfect.
That is awesome.
I haven't been to many music concerts. I'm more of a comedy guy, and I remember when I was living in New York, going to Gotham Comedy Club during the weeknights when the comics would be working on their material for the weekend.
Yes,
so you pay
man.
$10 and see Jim Gaffigan would be up there working on stuff. All these huge names.
Jerry Seinfeld did that circuit too. Yeah. Oh wow, that's awesome, dude. I didn't know you did that.
Definitely memories of comedy more so for me. That's
fantastic.
I love that.
Best concert for me, I think. I agree, Gabe, was JT. I mean, more recently, like it was incredible. Like he just went nonstop and just the consummate performer. So yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, for sure. Let me ask you guys this just as an add-on question: who would you like to see?
JT.
Yeah, you need to, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
Chris.
I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but honestly, these days I'm really into going and seeing people that I wouldn't necessarily think I'd be interested in, or that I may not even really follow. Like Stacy is really into Pink, and I've never seen Pink. I don't even really listen to a ton of her music, but Stacy really wants to go. Yeah. And unfortunately, the last couple times she's come to our part of the town, Stacy's been away on a trip. Even a couple of times I actually bought tickets and then had to give them away because the trip got booked right during that time.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like I really want to go to a show like a JT or somebody like that back in the day I would have had zero interest in, but now I kind of want to see what that's all about.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Router?
Oh man, I don't know who I'd want to see. You know what? I have to say this. I'd be curious to see what a Bieber show is like because he's coming here in July.
Oh yeah,
and he sold out like instantly. And I'm curious to see because I've seen kind of like an older pop star in JT who used to be from NSYNC, and now here's this young dude Bieber. Like, what are his shows like?
I've seen a bunch of video and it is not impressive.
Yeah.
He's kind of like half dancing and he's lip syncing.
Like, that's what I'm worried about. I'd be curious, but I'm not that interested in seeing him live. I think he's a great musician, but I don't necessarily need to see him live.
Yeah, he can sing and all that.
Yeah, he can.
I mean, I would have said Michael Jackson before he died. But I would actually really enjoy seeing Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
I would go see Dave Matthews.
And feeling like I was in college.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Make me want to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say?
I love Dave Matthews Band. At least old Dave Matthews. I don't know anything. If he put out anything in the last 5 years, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Yep.
Back in the day. Loved him. Good question.
Great question. Thanks, Chris. Moving on to Facebook, Joseph Grimm. Hey, guys, what are your thoughts on second screen experience with games? With apps becoming more integrated like Call of Duty's management of clans and clan wars, along with going online like Destiny's group clan, does this add to it or take away? To me, it's a hassle to do things that can be done in game instead.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's very distracting. And I want to focus on the game and what I'm doing versus having to look down and look around.
Right, exactly.
I find that very distracting, so I'm with you on that.
You know, for me, I feel like it depends on what it's doing. So I've realized that, like, when it comes to messaging on the PS4, I'd much rather do it on my phone because it's way easier to type.
Yes.
And so if it's that kind of thing, or if it's like matchmaking even, anything, if it makes it easier, then I'm down for it because I always have my phone right there. And I'm a phone guy where it's like Ed's not a phone guy all like that, you know?
Right.
And so for me, especially when it comes to typing, if it helps the experience, but I definitely don't need it. And I'm not looking for it. I'm not like, oh man, I can't do nothing with my phone on this game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
Chris,
not looking for it, but one thing that I think would be really cool to have happen, and as far as I'm aware, this has not happened in any game. Maybe something on the Wii U has done something similar to this. You guys can let me know if you're aware. But I feel like the perfect second screen experience would be to sync your phone or your iPad or your whatever you got, maybe even a laptop if you have it. And what I would really like is for the map of the game that I'm playing to be on there. So like if I'm going somewhere, I can just look down real quick. No, I'm not saying being forced. I'm saying if I choose to, I can look down and be like, okay, I need to keep going this direction and not have to switch over or pull out a map in the game. I want to be able to keep going. Or if I can change my inventory on the fly as I'm going, and when I get to my spot, it's already in my, my gun's already changed. But it needs to be seamless and totally at my discretion, not a forced on me thing.
Yeah, because it took them a while to add the map, the option to put the map on the screen for Mario Kart 8. And I remember thinking, I don't want to look down. I want to keep looking at the screen.
Oh, and you can't look down because in a split second you're toast.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me. I don't want to be distracted by having to look down. I'm all in focused on what I'm doing.
I'm thinking more in lines of video games that are more maybe action based, not like a racer where let's say I have to go to a point, but it doesn't allow me to put a waypoint. For instance, a real good would be Firewatch. So you constantly had to pull out this map and look at it to see where you needed to go. And you couldn't put waypoints, which that's kind of what they were going for because they wanted it to be somewhat similar to like you had to actually use your compass and everything. But if I could have just tapped on my iPad and glanced down and like, oh, I need to go north and then turn past this tree and then just keep doing it in the game, that would have been really helpful.
Yeah, they did something like that in I forgot the name of it now, Lego City or whatever the Wii U had. They had the map on the screen, but I was so not used to looking down at it, I hardly ever even thought about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't want it forced.
I do like when the second screen, though, is touchscreen.
Yes,
I do agree. Realize that. Like, I don't want second screen just for second screen's sake, but definitely if I can, like you're saying with the waypoints, if you could just touch the iPad, and that would be slick.
Yeah, that'd be good. Great question, Joseph. Thanks for that. Mark Boucher. So I know I'm about 9 years late to the party, but I decided to borrow my friend's PS3 and play the first Uncharted since I really haven't played through any of the series other than demos.
Hey, you and Ed.
I'm really digging it so far. My question for you, and I know this may have been asked on the podcast before, is have you ever gone back to play a game that you skipped out on in a previous generation?
Mm-hmm. Halo 1.
Halo 1 for you?
Yep. Hated it.
I couldn't agree more.
Ed, you just did Uncharted.
Yeah, I just did Uncharted, and I loved it.
Second Son, you did?
Yeah, Uncharted, Second Son, Last of Us.
Did you do Uncharted 3 yet?
I'm on it. I'm about probably a third of the way through.
Good.
I have not gone back and played a previous game that I missed on a generation, but I may give something like that a shot because with the whole games with gold and backwards compatibility, like I have Dead Space now. I got that from the Games with Gold, and I'd never played any of the Dead Space games, so I'm sure I'll give that a try. For the most part, I don't like going back and playing older games because I feel like most of the time the games don't hold up, and the games now are better. And I'm like, oh, but I want to be doing this, and I don't really think it's fair to compare them. But there are some games that are timeless, and I don't know if Dead Space is going to be one of them, but I feel like with this whole backwards compatibility thing that they're rolling out and throwing all these games on the Xbox One, I'm sure I'll give a couple a try, with Dead Space being one of them.
Yeah, I would definitely. Because I don't really have a previous generation to go back to because I'm so new at this. I started with the PS3, but I went back to some older PS3 games. Like I started with Dead Space 2 and then went back and played Dead Space. I started what did I start? Infamous. Did I play Infamous 2 first? No, I played Infamous.
No, I think Infamous.
Yeah, which one did I do first? I think I did 2.
You did 2 because wasn't that the one that was free?
Yeah. Yep. So I think I did 2 first, then went back and did 1. So like I haven't gone back and skipped a generation, and other than getting the Master Chief Collection when I got my Xbox One and then playing Halo and completely hating it, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I did that old Shamo Saturday.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah,
you did. So I went back and did that. I had played it, but I didn't remember it, and I wanted to play it for the channel.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good question. Man, we're getting great questions all around. This is fantastic. All right, moving on. Brett T. Bowden, still on Facebook. In honor of Quantum Break's time travel theme, I have a time travel question for you all. If you could go back in time and speak to your younger self and help him change one decision you made, How old would your former self be when you visit? And what decision would you have him change? I would visit my 12-year-old self and tell him not to sell all of his NES and Super Nintendo consoles and games because he would end up spending a fortune 25 years later to try and rebuild his collection.
Right.
Amen to that, Brett. Thank you. That is awesome.
I would go back and tell my 7-year-old self that I should start iTunes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of regrets in life, really.
Yeah.
And I feel like any regrets I do have made me who I am.
Yeah.
And not that I'm like this great guy, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, you're all right,
I don't
dude.
feel, okay.
Don't kid yourself. No, I'm kidding.
I think I would have had, maybe I would have pushed myself to act a little bit more. Like, I was really nervous about acting in high school because, those are definitely not the cool kids.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I never sang in front of people. I never went out for a musical or anything like that. So I might have been like, dude, you're not going to be one of the cool kids anyway. Just go for it, a little bit more. Ed?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. There are a couple, definitely, we've all got like dark moments in our life, but I feel like I wouldn't change it because that's exactly what brought me to where I am now. And I had to do that in order to be here today.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know if I would do anything. I'd probably just, I don't know. I might give myself some style tips. Like, hey, when you tie the bottoms of your jeans to your high tops, that doesn't look cool.
No.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Chris McCracken?
I wouldn't want to alter the current state of where I am right now either. But let's say that it was going to have no real lasting effect and I was still going to end up where I was. I would just pick a year. Doesn't matter. Pick an age. Go back. I would just say, ask her out. There were so many times that I would not ask a girl out or I'd be too shy and I didn't say anything, only to find out like the next year in a different grade or something, I'd find out and she'd be like, oh, I had such a crush on you. And I'm like,
after she moved to Nova Scotia.
Why didn't I do something about that? Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Router, did you have one?
No, I mean, I'm with you all. I think what you guys are saying is amazing because it's absolutely true. What you do in life, the ups and the downs, and especially the downs, is what molds you and molds your character and defines who you are now. And it will continue to do that. You will continue to screw up. And maybe that's what I would do is go back and say, hey, any screw ups are totally worth it. I know it sucks. I know it's painful, but your screw ups and what you've done in the past define who you are in the future. So, stay the course and be who you are.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's good.
I like it.
Always works out in the end.
That's right. Let's move on to Twitter. Spencer Stapleton. Here we go.
Aww.
And this is a good one. Rogue One trailer was amazing! ! I second that. I watched it 7 times.
Man, nice. I have not gotten around to watching it a first time yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Watch it.
All right, everybody stop recording and go watch it right now. I will give you, it's a 1 minute, 59-second trailer. I love this trailer because there's no expectation for this. This is one of the Star Wars anthology movies. So the I think people have an idea, but they don't know what the expectation is. This teaser trailer did it for me. I'm like, sold. December 16th, It comes out.
Nice.
I'm in.
Yeah, totally. Anyway,
I'm totally in. I don't even need to see the commercial.
but please go see it because you'll freak out like I did. Star Wars related question: what color would your lightsaber be if they existed? Would it be a double blade?
No, mine would be a single blade, and it would be blue.
Yep. You know what? I'm going green. I'll go green.
I'm going purple with freaking Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, you would.
I'm going transparent so no one sees me coming.
I love it.
It's like Wong, and they're like, his doesn't work, and then he chops his arm off.
Exactly.
And not only that, his isn't a dual blade, it's a quad blade.
That's right.
Exactly. He'll end up hurting himself if he can't see that thing.
Yep.
I think I remember I think Samuel L. Jackson requested to have a different color lightsaber.
Yeah, I think he wanted the purple
when he was on there. And I had purple lights under my Miata.
Of course you did.
Oh, beautiful car.
Of course you did. Oh my God.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm not weird about purple.
With your hair twisted?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have a purple outfit, but I think purple accent is not so bad.
No, it's nice.
That's awesome.
So you're a big fan of Saints Row then, huh?
I haven't played any of those games. Yeah. The Warriors did it, by the way, 73-9.
Fantastic.
They only lost 9 games all season.
Dude, that is incredible.
Yes.
How good do you have to feel to be on one of those 9 teams that beat them? Like, wow.
I mean, you got to feel pretty good about yourself.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And the Lakers might make a game of this thing, and Kobe is playing his tail off.
Of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
Not of course he is.
Of course he is, dude. Come on.
No, he hasn't had a course he is all season.
Well, that's that's true.
He is not the same guy that we remember.
Well, there you have it. All right, moving on. At Arctic Warlocks, just got done mowing the lawn. Are you a no headphone mower, a headphone mower, or PPE, whatever that means, type of person? Also, safety glasses? I don't know. What does PPE mean?
I don't know what PPE is.
PPE. Oh no!
I have no idea.
Are those like the earbuds or like the sound blockers you stick in? Is that what those are?
No,
I don't know.
Maybe it was an autocorrect on accident.
Oops.
Yeah, here we go.
We have no idea.
Anyway, I am a pay somebody to mow my lawn type of a mower. That's what I am. Because I ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm not mad at that.
Right? Yeah, if I can have somebody
mow my lawn, I've got somewhere to fly on my jet.
Yes, of course. So
I'm taking the router route and doing the live in a condo and let someone else worry about it.
There you go, buddy. Yep, do that.
What about you, Chris?
Sometimes I'll listen to something, but most of the time I don't because I can be done with my lawn, front and backyard, in 20 minutes.
Beautiful.
What?
Mowing and weed eating.
Beautiful.
That's crazy fast.
Safety goggles?
No safety goggles.
No safety.
Yes, headphones every time.
Yep.
Like, I'm depressed if my phone is dead and I can't use it to listen to something. I don't think I've ever been hit in the face with anything.
I did wear safety glasses whenever I would weed whack because I usually had that little safety cover off because that's what I used to edge the lawn back when I used to do my lawn. And I did wear safety glasses because a rock did hit my glasses once square in the eye. I probably would have been blind.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. But I'm just glad I had the safety glasses on. But yeah,
I've definitely got hit during weed whacking. But not during just regular lawn mowing.
I will say this. If you are a headphone person when you're outside, because I do that when I'm doing other yard work, I always just have one earbud in and the other open just in case, just in my neighborhood. If somebody's trying to talk to you or you hear something or whatever, I always have one ear in and one ear out. And I actually do that when I work too.
Yep, I agree.
So you just never know. Anyway, that was a great question. Lucas Hamswisher. Hey guys, just got the plat for Shadow of Mordor. What a fun game.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice job.
Go back and play that game. Seriously, Ed, you better get back on that because that game is so much fun. And
Ed, why didn't you like it?
I don't know. I just kind of got bored.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
That's awesome.
But it's all good. I'm so glad he got the plat. He said, my questions for Ed and Chris, what do you think about trophies?
Ed?
I don't mind them. I don't really trophy hunt like people. I remember.
Well, you've been an Xbox guy too, so you're
he started Xbox.
To me, I don't know if there's much difference to me between an achievement and a trophy. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I got that, and that's cool. But yeah, they're fine. I'm not mad at them.
There you go.
I don't really seek them. I never used to seek them out in the PS3 days at all. Ever since the PS4 days, if I'm really enjoying a game, then a lot of times I'll go ahead and go look and see about going for the platinum. Because in a way, I feel like having the platinum shows that I mean it when I say I really loved XYZ game. I like to show that as a trophy, if you will, for it. But I will say this, and I don't know why, but achievements don't do anything for me. I like trophies. It's something about them appeal to me way more than achievements do.
That's funny.
Me too.
I asked this on Twitter, and I don't remember if I ever got an actual answer, but like on the PlayStation side, like if I get all of the trophies for a game, then I'm going to get a platinum trophy most of the time if the game has it.
Right.
But on the Xbox side, is there even a version of that? Like if you get all the achievements for a game, is there like, oh, you get the Mega Doodle achievement?
No,
I mean, is there a way to say that?
There might be. I'm not even sure.
Because, like, if you're talking to somebody at a game store, wherever you're just chatting, you start talking about a game, like, oh, I really love that game. And you're like, oh, you did? Cool. And they're like, yeah, man, I got the platinum. You're like, whoa, hang on. You really mean what you're saying? Because you went ahead. Because I know what that means.
Yeah.
But I have no correlation in the Xbox side because I'm not there as often. So when they pop up, I just don't even pay attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to them when I just played Rise of the Tomb Raider either. And I mean, I looked at some of the achievements and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Just like I'm with you. I'm not a huge trophy hunter, but if I'm enjoying the game, like I have with Primal, like I look at the trophy list, and if it doesn't look that bad, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play. If there's some stuff, like I remember for one of the Assassin's Creeds, like I was gonna go for it early it was Black Flag, but there was some multiplayer stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it just because I don't want to go too much out of my way. You know what I mean?
And even if I'm really enjoying a game, if I look and see a couple trophies and I'm just like, oh, no way. I mean, I'm not like you. I'm not going to just pull my hair out to try and get a platinum. No.
Yeah, no, I would, no.
It's like find every cross-eyed person and give them a kiss on the cheek.
Exactly.
My lips are dry. I'm not kissing nobody.
It is nice to get a platinum, though. You kind of feel a good sense of accomplishment. I only have, 6 or 7 of them now, and I used to not chase them at all.
I only got 3.
But yeah, it's kind of fun.
There you go.
All right, last question because we got to get out of here. At DSpin67, I'm in the middle of painting rooms and putting down mulch. Which spring?
Not fun.
Yeah, right. Which spring cleaning task do you least look forward to?
The yard.
Yeah.
Even though I really like it once you get it going, I like it. But this first mulch, weed, all that stuff, I hate that crap.
Oh man, yeah. I get I did that last year, and I think I'm gonna have somebody do it for me this year.
I know that's right.
Remember, it was 92 bags of mulch. I had to go back to Home Depot 3 times, and it took me 2 days to do it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No,
bring the truck.
Honestly, though, at the end, it felt good. I was like, oh man, that was great. I did all that. I had mulch everywhere. It was just in the shower. The whole water was just brown. It was so gross, but it was fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would say dusting the tall things, the high things.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, wow, true. We are filthy.
Exactly. I don't even know where dust comes from. I don't know what it's made of.
It's your skin.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
because rooms get dusty that nobody's been in.
You have pets too, so it's pet dander. Yep. It's everything.
Yeah, man. I think dust is 85% skin.
Probably.
That's freaking gross.
That's an MTDG oops, but it's a lot higher than you would want it to be. I know that.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Somebody's gonna be like 83.7% skin.
Actually,
I'm the exact same way. I mean, I've already established I don't really have a large yard, so I can get done with it pretty quick. So that's not a big deal. I hate, and this is a year-round thing, not just spring. I hate dusting. Absolutely hate it. It's oh my gosh, I'll do everything to get out of it.
Yep.
and seriously, Ed was talking about I hate dusting on the stuff on the high. It's like, does dust not adhere to gravity?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
you should not be able to beat physics.
Yep.
Get off my fan.
Man, those new Swiffer dusters though are really nice because you just kind of swoop through and they're really good. Unless you're really dusty and you have to break out the end dust or whatever, but.
Right.
Well, I'll be sure to mention those to Stacy because I don't want to dust. I'll vacuum and do the rest. I don't want to dust.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, there it is, folks. Those are our questions. Thank you so much. I know I posted the questions a little bit later because we recorded late tonight, but we got a lot more response out of it, which is great.
Nice.
So, thanks, everybody. It was awesome.
And if anybody's wondering, Kobe Bryant ended with 60 points.
What?
In his final game.
Wow. When was the last time he did that?
What have you been waiting for? Black Mamba.
Yeah, buddy.
He wanted to go out on top.
Yep.
60 points.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Oh, check out the highlight reel later.
I mean, he was 22 for 50, but so he was out there shooting away.
Oh yeah,
that's not so bad.
He's just lobbing them. My last game, let's just do it. Boom.
Right. This is his last game because I'm assuming Lakers didn't make the playoffs. Is that why you were saying his last game?
No, it's his last game. Well, because Andy's retiring and the Lakers suck. And so, they definitely didn't make the playoffs. They are not
in the playoffs, right?
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I didn't know. I wanted to make sure, clarify it wasn't just last regular season because I didn't know if they were in the playoffs or not.
The Lakers have somehow become that other LA team, like them and the Clippers have switched places where the Clippers for the longest time was like, right. We've got the Lakers and there's another team here.
Oh, man. California's got some teams now, man. Whew.
Yeah, brother. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the questions. Our question of the week for you. I mean, Chris brought up cross-platform play. Who wants it? I definitely want it. Ed?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Tim?
Yep, fine by me.
I'd love to hear why people don't want it.
Yeah.
I think it's an awesome thing. And I know that there's some fanboys that'll be like, Xbox need to stay Xbox. PlayStation need to stay with PlayStation.
And they say it just like that, too.
Exactly. You stick with your own. We don't need no cross-pollination of the console. Stick with your own.
There's no way if someone doesn't want it that they're not related to Gargamel.
That's right.
Well, I'll say
or
this.
Voldemort.
I don't like the idea of playing a multiplayer shooter against a PC player, just because they're inherently going to have an advantage against you.
Sure.
So that in particular, I'm not too much on. And I saw somebody on Twitter, I think it was Scott Baker, but he made a mention. He's like, I know this would be really toxic, but what if, let's say Call of Duty, they have cross-platform play and they have a playlist called Console Wars and it's Xbox people versus PlayStation people. That would I think that would be super fun idea.
That's cool.
I know it would be a toxic, but I just think that
that's some healthy competition though, man. That would be fun.
The competitive juices started going to me. I was like, oh, come on, bring on that Elite controller. I don't need it. What's up?
Click blow.
That's right.
So we would all want it. Let us know. Do you want cross-platform play? Use hashtag answer MTTG. And we'll love to talk to you guys about it. See what you guys think. Oh, man. Woo. Well, 187.
I feel like we talked for like 3 hours.
I know, exactly.
And I've only got to get up in 2 hours.
That's right.
Oh, do you really? You should just not go to sleep. Do you get to come home afterwards at least?
I won't be getting home till like 6 or 7 tomorrow night.
That sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, let's put him to bed.
Yeah, let's put him to bed. Right. All right. Well, I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. Good night, Chris McCracken.
Good night.
And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing.
Yes.